Penn State's fans are smiling.
Number 25's in the backfield, his name is Silas. Only a sophomore, elite in the conference in rushing yards. Yep, looks like we're witnessing the birth of a star. Plus his team's at the top of the leaders division. Look at his speed, how he shakes and he freezes defenders. It's not a game we finish, just make sure when you mention the top rushers that his name is in it.
It would be a stretch to say that no running back in America has had a better month than Silas Redd, but just barely. Western Kentucky's Bobby Rainey, the only back who's gained more yards than Redd this month, and it's only by 3. Third on the list, a guy many people feel might just win the Heisman, Alabama's Trent Richardson. People starting to take notice, too. Just today, Redd added to the watch list for the Maxwell Award given to the nation's top player. And Silas Redd joins us now from State College. Silas, you are clearly on a roll. To what do you attribute this?
Our whole motto this year has been just not giving up and trying to prove people wrong. And, we've been getting a lot of talk, negative talk out there that, they don't know how we're 7-1, and we're just not even looking at them. We're just looking past everybody. We're taking one game at a time, and we can keep winning. We control our own destiny.
Silas, I think you're doing a tremendous job of being a patient runner. The runner that you're taking over for Evan Royster was outstanding at that as well. Are there some other things that you learned from Evan being on the team with him last year?
Absolutely. One of the graduate assistants, the running back graduate assistant, types up a blocking scheme sheet on every week, and he gives us blocking schemes on each defense that our opponent runs. And Evan prided himself into looking at that stuff, and so I do the same. And I watch a lot of film, and if you know where your linemen are going each play, you can really gauge where you're running, and definitely the holes. You'll see the holes much clearer.
Silas, you're right about all that negative talk, and I can tell you the negative talk off of this show has been coming from Coach DiNardo. So you make sure that you tell Coach Paterno that's where it's been coming from. But you're right, you're 7-1. It hasn't always been pretty. Nonetheless, you're 7-1. I want to ask you something about the Nittany Lion defense, because they've been very consistent and very good. 2 questions. What makes them good, and how good are they? Because you go against them all the time.
I think they're the best defense in the nation, just because I go against them every day, almost every day. And to answer your first question, they're so scrappy, and they hit hard. They're dominant in the secondary and in the front 7. They kind of bend but never break type of mentality, and they've kept us in a lot of games this season. So they're a big part of why we're 7-1.
Silas, those of us that know Glen Mason know he's never to be believed. So just take the benefit of our experience and don't believe a word he says. You play for legendary Joe Paterno. We know he's such a great coach. He's been so important to college football. What's been the most fun about playing for Coach Paterno?
One of my Pop Warner coaches went to Penn State in the 80s, and I'm at 6, 7 years old at the time, and he used to bring me things back, like little paraphernalia things, shirts and jerseys and things like that. And I started watching him when I was 10 or 11 years old, and I'm like, I really want to play for this guy. And hearing him talk in the interviews, and when I finally met him, it was like, I was starstruck. Not, because he's basically a celebrity to college football, and just playing for him for these past almost 2 years now has been not only a dream come true, but it's been an honor, because he's I think he's the best coach that college football has ever seen.
Silas Redd, thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it. Continued success to you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day, fellas.